Hello children, how are you? I hope you are all good and doing well. Welcome back to our science class children. This is Miss Yegoti Renuka. I am your science teacher. Children, today I have come up with one more science topic, that is distribution of plants. What is that children? Distribution of plants. In the previous class we learned about a plant life. In this class we want to learn about distribution of plants. Okay children, distribution of plants. Distribution is nothing but division. Okay, how plants are divided. That is, we will learn in this topic. Okay, division of plants. We see many kinds of plants around us. Plants are found on anywhere in the world. Yes or no children? Wherever we go, we see many kinds of plants. Yes, we see many kinds of plants. They grow in different conditions. Plants grow in different conditions. Some plants are grown in water and some plants are grown on the land. Some plants are grown in hot desert places and some plants are grown on the cold places. Like that, they grow in different conditions. Next one, they grow in different conditions. They are of the plant. Survival of the plant depends on the condition of the environment. Survival means what children? In the previous class also you have that word, survival. Survival means to continue their life. Plants continue their life depending upon the condition of the environment, like type of soil, temperature of the area, rainfall, next one light, amount of water available and wind. These are the different climatic conditions. These are the different climatic conditions. Plants are survival of the plants depending on the condition of the environment. Okay children, there are 380,000 types of plants are known today. 380,000 types of plants are known today. Okay, these plants are divided into two types. How many types? Only two types. Those are aquatic plants and terrestrial plants. Aquatic plants and terrestrial plants. Aquatic plants are also known as water plants. Aquatic plants are also known as water plants. Okay children, first of all we learn about aquatic plants. After that, aquatic plants are divided into three types. Okay, after that we learn detailed about these. Okay, let us enter into aquatic plants. Plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants. Plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants. Aquatic plants are also known as water plants. Yes, very good. Aquatic plants are also known as water plants. Again, the aquatic plants are divided into three types. How many types? Three types. What are they? Floating plants, fixed floating plants and underwater plants. Okay, aquatic plants are again divided into three types. Floating plants, fixed floating plants and underwater plants. Okay, let us learn each of them in detail. Okay, first one is floating plants. Water plants that are float on the surface of the water are called floating plants. Water plants that are float on the surface of the water are called floating plants. Okay, the floating plants have a light, small and spongy stems. So their roots do not fix in the soil. That's why they are float on the surface of the water. They are called floating plants. Okay, once again I tell, the floating plants are nothing but water plants that float on the surface of the water are called floating plants. They have a small, light and spongy roots. So they do not fix in the soil. So they are float on the water. Example for floating plants are duckweed, water lettuce and water hyacinth. These are the examples for floating plants. What are the children? You observe clearly because there are so many difficult words. Duckweed, water lettuce and water hyacinth. These are the examples for floating plants. Okay children, the next one fixed floating plants. Okay children, floating plants is over. Next one is fixed floating plants. In these, the plants are fixed in the soil at the bottom of the pond. The plants are fixed in the soil at the bottom of the pond. Okay. And yeah, they have long hollow stems and deep roots. Long hollow stems and deep roots. As the stem is very light, the flowers and leaves are float on the surface of the water. Okay. As the stem is very light, the flowers and leaves are float on the surface of the water. Examples for fixed floating plants are lotus and water lily. For example, if you observe the lotus, children, this is the lotus, one of the example for fixed floating plants. Here they have a long, what is that? They have a long hollow stem and deep roots. As the stem is very light, the leaves and flowers are float on the water. Okay, the leaf is very flat and broad, and leaf has a stomata on the upper surface. Okay, these plants breathe through this stomata. Okay, these plants breathe through the stomata on the upper surface of the leaf. What lotus and water lily are the examples for fixed floating plants. Okay, did you understand, children? Fixed floating plants. Examples for fixed floating plants are lotus and water lily. Okay, the next one is underwater plants. Underwater plants. Once you observe the name, underwater. Underwater. These plants are completely remains under the water. These plants are completely remains under the water. They have a ribbon-like leaves without pores. Actually, every leaf has a pores called stomata. Plants breathe through the stomata. But here, the underwater plants do not have a pores on their leaves. They have a ribbon-like leaves, and they breathe through the surface of the body. They breathe through the surface of the body, and they breathe the air dissolved in air. They breathe the air that dissolved in air. And next one, they clean the water by breathing the carbon dioxide. As no children, plants need carbon dioxide to prepare their food. So the underwater plants breathe the carbon dioxide, and automatically they clean the water also. Example for underwater plants are Vallisneria and Hydrilla. Vallisneria and Hydrilla are the example for underwater plants. Did you understand, children? Aquatic plants are divided into three types: floating, fixed floating, and underwater. Okay, I explained these three also. Did you understand? Next one is terrestrial plants. Next one is terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants are also known as land plants. Okay, children? Terrestrial. Once you observe the spelling, Terrestrial. Terrestrial. Terrestrial plants are also known as land plants. Okay? The plants that grow on the land are called terrestrial plants. Okay? Largest living being on the earth is also a land plant. You know that, children? Sequoia is the tallest plant found in California in USA. It is 83 meters tall, and its diameter of trunk is 24 meters. Okay, important, children. Remember that. Once again I tell. The largest living being on the earth is also a land plant. Sequoia. Sequoia. S-C-Q-U-O-I-A. Sequoia is the tallest plant found in the California, USA. It has 83 meters tall, and its diameter of trunk is 24 meters. Okay. Types of land plants. There are so many types of land plants. Land plants are grown on the plains, hills, and on the damp places, marshy areas, and many more. Types of land plants are common land plants, sea coast, and desert plants. Hill plants are coniferous. And next one, parasitic plants and insectivorous plants. These are all the types of terrestrial plants. First of all, we learn about common land plants. Large varieties of plants and including trees are grown in the plains. Grown on plains. Large varieties of plants including trees also grown on the plains. They bear hot and cold climatic. They bear hot summer and cold winter conditions also, and they have a well developed root system. So they are common land maple, and coconut. These are all etc. These are all the examples for common land plants. And mustard, rice, sunflower, etc. are the examples for common plants. Banyan, maple, coconut. These are all the big trees. Mustard, sunflower, rice, etc. are the examples for plants. Okay, this is about common land plants. Next one is sea coast. The next one is sea coast plants. Plants like teak, palm and coconut are grown in the hot and damp places. Damp means slightly wet places. Okay, coconut, teak and palm are grown in the hot and damp places. Damp means slightly wet places on the sea coast. So they are called the sea coast plants. Okay children, not only those, rubber, cotton and pepper etc. are also grown in such places. In mossy areas, the soil is swampy and swamp and clayey. Okay children, in mossy areas, the soil is swamp and clayey. So the plants that grow on the mossy areas are called mangroves. The plants that grow on the mossy areas are called mangroves. Okay children, the mangrove plants do not breathe the mangrove plants do not breathe the outside of the breathe through the waterlogged soil. So they grow above the soil. Okay children, the plants that grow on the mossy areas are called mangroves. They cannot breathe through the waterlogged soil. That's why they grow above the soil. This is about sea coast plants children. The next one is desert plants. You already know about desert plants children. What are the desert plants? The plants that grow on the deserts are called desert plants. And desert plants are quite different from other plants. Yes or no? Yes, because in all the plants leaves prepare the food. But in the desert plants, stem prepares the food. Okay, so the desert plants are quite different from others. They grow in the deserts, means hot areas. There is the scarcity of water. Okay, so the stem prepares the food for the plant. And example for desert plants are cactus, prickly pear. Cactus, prickly pear are the opensia are the example for desert. Next one is about hill plants. What are hill plants children? Plants that grow on the hilly region are called hill plants. Okay, plants that grow on the hilly region are called hill plants. The plants need plenty of rainfall. What is that children? The plants need plenty of rainfall. Tea plants grown in the Assam and Darjeeling. Tea plants are grown in the Assam and Darjeeling. And not only those, coniferous and pine trees are also grown in the hilly region. Coniferous and pine trees are also grown in the hilly region. Coniferous and pines have a needle-like structures and needle-like leaves and cone-like structures instead of flowers. Okay children, coniferous and pines have needle-like leaves and cone-like structures instead of leaves. And spruce tree has a straight trunk. It is used as a Christmas tree. You know children, in the Christmas, have you ever seen the Christmas tree? Yeah, spruce tree is used as a Christmas tree. Okay, this is also a hill plant. This is about hill plants children. The next one is about parasitic plants. Did you ever listen the word parasitic plant? In the previous class also, you learned about these parasitic plants. Parasitic plants are nothing but plants like mushrooms and molds do not prepare their own food. Yes or no? Why they do not prepare their own food? Because in their plants there is no green color pigment like chlorophyll. So they do not prepare their own food. They depend on other plants and decaying animals for their food. Okay? Parasitic plants depend on other plants, dead and decaying plants for their food. These are called the parasitic plants. Once again I tell children, mushrooms and molds are called the parasitic plants. Okay. The next one, insectivorous plants. What is this? Insectivorous plants. It is something different from all the plants children. Insectivorous plants are nothing but Nepenthes plant. Once you observe clearly, children, this is the lid of the Nepenthes. Once you observe clearly, children, this is the lid of the Nepenthes, children. Once you observe the diagram clearly, this is the Nepenthes. Once you observe this, children, this is the lid of the plant. When an insect enters here, automatically the lid closes. Okay, and digest the insect. This is the specialty of these plants. They digest the insects. That's why the plant is called a insectivorous plants. Once you observe clearly, above the plant there is a lid. When an insect enters here, automatically the lid closes. Okay, the lid is like a pitcher. So this is a pitcher plant also. Okay, children, the plant eat the insect and digest them. That's why this plant is called insectivorous plant. Did you understand, children? The next example is Venus flytrap. Okay, children, the next example is Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap has a leaves like this. Okay, when an insect comes here, automatically the leaves closes like this. Okay, and digest them. That is the Venus flytrap. When the leaves of the Venus flytrap is like this, when an insect comes here, automatically the leaves closes. This is the specialty of insectivorous plants. Okay, children, example for insectivorous plants are Nepenthes and Venus flytrap. Okay, children, the lesson is completed. Once I revise what I explained in that lesson. First of all, types of plants: aquatic and terrestrial plants. Aquatic plants are again divided into three types: floating, fixed floating, and underwater plants. And next one, terrestrial plants are also divided into common land plants, seacoast plants, desert plants, hill plants, parasitic plants, and insectivorous plants. Okay, I explained all them in detail. Okay, children, thank you for watching. I hope you understood the topic. In the next video, I explain the lesson reading and exercises in the textbook, children. Thank you for watching.